be offended about that. It's nothing personal. It's business. And Abba and Preach are in a successful business of being critics, skeptics, and doing commentary on things that they either agree with, disagree with, or want to open a discussion about. They have literally been doing that on YouTube forever. Yo, what up? It's your boy Rob, coming back at you once again with another video. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice, smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. So Abba and Preach were on the No Jumper podcast, and I don't really like the No Jumper podcast. I don't really watch this all like that, you know what I'm saying? I watched, I want to say, like 3 episodes of this. The one episode that I watched was when Kevin Samuels went on there. The other episodes that I've watched have been recently the ones with Abba and Preach. But for whatever reason, according to the YouTube analytics, apparently I'm in a group of people where a lot of my subscribers happen to watch the No Jumper podcast. So it looks like I'm going to be watching it too, because you know you can't grow on YouTube without utilizing the algorithm. So yeah, I just kind of get DJ Vlad vibes from this. You know what I mean? Like it's just not something that I'm into. You know what I mean? I really don't understand what the purpose of it is. It's cool. They have some cool guests on there though. You know what I'm saying? But they slide into some little shade comments that they be making, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all good to me when people slide in the shade comments, because that's when you know where their heart is really at. You know what I'm saying? So this is the segment of the No Jumper podcast where they are interviewing Preach. All right, they're interviewing Preach. I think there is another segment of it where they interview Abba. If you'd like me to do commentary on the segment where they interview Abba, please type that into the comments. All right, I need y'all to let me know about that. All right. So let's actually get into it, all right? We're going to check out what is going on here.
Tell us about how you sent armed henchmen
Shut up, dude.
throughout the streets of my...
See, man, immediately off the rip, I get the DJ Vlad vibes. I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to just let you put yourself in jail. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I've been preached, you know what I'm saying? Like, thank goodness, you know, they didn't do that, but you know what I mean? Like, I could just see that going all the way bad if they didn't have somebody that was as cerebral on the video as Abba and Preach. Like, you know, like it's that little sly, slick stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have been like, oh, you know, okay. You know, I just happened to pull up your been verified, Adam22. So, you know, I gave you the answer to that. And, you know, while we're here, let's actually ask some of these questions down here under the legal section. But then again, that's why you would never see your boy on anybody's podcast.
Miami.
How could no? I was going. I was waiting to go. There was no henchman.
Okay.
There was no henchman.
But you were in Miami?
No, I wasn't.
I was down
here.
to pull up.
I was here. I was waiting for them. I've been texting them.
Oh.
I've been texting Walter like, yo, you want to do it? Stop doing that. Put the original. I texted him a couple of things, right? And no response. Seen, but no response. So I'm not gonna send a goon. If you look at the video that we said, I said we're gonna fight legally, and now all of a sudden I'm gonna send a goon to bust out your door and fuck you up. And no, I was going. Let's go. Let's do this. Put some gloves on. We'll go to a gym. We'll just do our.
When you join the 1 million plus YouTube subscriber club, do you have goons? Is that how it go? Let me know. Do you get goons? Is that part of the package? You get a little join button under your video, and you get goons. Y'all gotta help your boy out, man. Watch the video all the way through to the end. Smash that like button. Share this out so your boy can get that goon squad.
Thing. That's it.
And you wanted to fight both of them back to back?
Yeah, one after the other, just like Pride. You know, have you seen Pride?
Yeah,
it's just like that. It's whatever. It's a thing. When you train MMA, sometimes you do one set and you do another set. It's all good.
Right.
It's all good. It happens.
That would be some great content, to be honest.
And I was not even about to put it on the web. It was a me.
Pay attention. Adam22 said that would be some great content. Yeah. I'm glad these brothers didn't fight. I'm going to just put it like that.
You thing. You get snuffed, you get snuffed. I get snuffed, I get snuffed. It's not a problem. It's not about if I win or lose. They brought it up. I didn't bring it up.
Sure did.
I'm going to box you. I don't care.
Any kind of communication, though, with the dudes who showed up at their apartment?
Not any kind of communication?
Yeah.
Yeah. These guys want to take pictures. Large J, well, I don't. Large J didn't show up, but Large J, the guy, the photographer, wanted to take pictures of us. We said, well, if we get there, we'll talk.
Okay.
And finally, this shit happened. So we're like, I'm not dealing with you, motherfuckers. It's like, I mean, best looks to you, but now this motherfucker's going to talk to us and everything and stuff. Nah, B.
Now, if you go do something with him, then it's going to look
Then
like
it's
you're
going to
really...
look like, you know, we friends and shit. We're not. It's like they contacted us and stuff.
Because they're saying your name in the video while
they're talking to us, and then people thought we were on live. That on the guy that was filming was holding like FaceTime or some shit like that.
Right.
No, it's not what happened. It's not what happened. We were actually on another podcast when that shit happened, and then we got to our Airbnb, and then we opened our social media, and then the message got flooded. Yo, bro, check this. What? Check it out. I'm like, ooh, that's. And then I was like, yeah, that's because I met the dude when he went there because he went there, and he met. That's Ayande. That's the dude. We used to work with them. So no.
Now that's hilarious, man, because when that whole thing first happened, I straight up thought that it was fake. You know what I'm saying? I seen Jesse Smollett vibes all on that. You know?
Happens to the best of us. Don't ever forget what happened to that French actor. You know what I'm talking about? Juicy Smollett.
You know what I mean? But it turned out that it was an actual real situation. What I find interesting though is when he mentioned Abba and Preach, if you listen to the whole context of that sentence, he said, you know, you screw everybody over, and then he started listing off all the people that, you know, that have gotten screwed over in the past, and he mentioned Abba and Preach in that context. Authentic Alpha's never mentioned it as if he had been sent down there, you know. So I don't know. When I went back and reviewed everything, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And you know, people were running with that narrative at the time.
There was no paid henchman. I was going myself.
He's like, I'm the henchman.
I'm just gonna do what you said. You challenged me. I'll go. I said I'll go. I've been texting, no response. Let's go. The only time that he was talking back and forth with Abba is because Abba was like, after we shot the video and we released the video, Abba sent him a message saying, yo, Preach is down. Let's go. He's like, yeah, $500,000. $500,000? No, you challenged. Let's go. There's no money. No, let's get some promoters and everything.
So hold on real quick, man. Wait a minute. So after he challenged Preach to the boxing match, then he's saying he wants to fight him for $500,000, like for a $500,000 purse? Or is he actually like trying to charge Preach $500,000 to get in the ring with him?
$500,000? No, you challenged. Let's go. There's no money.
Hold on real quick, man. I want to hear that.
It was like after we shot the video and we released the video, Abba sent him a message saying, yo, Preach is down. Let's go. He's like, yeah, $500,000. $500,000? No, you challenged. Let's go. There's no money.
Right.
No, let's get some promoters and everything. And I was like, no. I'll give you $20K and you show up. That's the communication we had with the Fresh and Fit dudes. Bring $20K and no, you guys are clout chasers and this and that. Nah, you how are we clout chasing you?
So like, it's just crazy because they literally say the same thing that their stands say. So DJ or Fresh CEO challenges Preach to a boxing match, and then when Preach accepts it, he turns around and calls Preach a clout chaser. I need y'all to let me know because I'm not really grasping. Let me know how much sense that makes, because to me that doesn't make a lot of sense.
You challenge someone. I challenge you to a fight. Let's fight. Let's go. We're gonna fight. You wanna fight? You wanna box? Let's go. And then you say, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. And you're like, and I'm like, you're a clout chaser.
Right.
Where's the sense in that?
Right,
And I'm
exactly.
specifically-
That's what I'm saying, man. That makes no sense. And the thing that's crazy is that people are literally paying like all of this money to be made into that kind of person where you will pop off, pop fly at the mouth, act like it's no consequences for talking nonsense to anybody anywhere in the world. And then when somebody show up and blow down on you, you like, oh, you clout chasing. You got to pay me. Are you serious? Ain't nobody playing out here with people, man. That's what they get. And what they have done basically is created a whole entire army of people that literally have that mentality. So y'all see it right here. You heard it straight from Preach's mouth. That when we look at those stands in the comment sections and they're literally saying that same stuff, calling everybody a beta, calling everybody a simp, calling everybody a clout chaser, you see exactly where they get it from, because Preach just said right here that Fresh called him a clout chaser. Now, let me ask you all a question. In this situation, who is the clout chaser?
He said in the video that I was going to do that shit legally. So, because I don't want to go in another country and be illegal. We have numerous videos about that. Remember when, what's his name? ASAP went to, what was this? Sweden. And then he started beating on the, and we were like, dude, you're not in your, I'm not in my country.
Yeah.
Why would I do something illegal? And something so traceable as sending someone. It's easy. Bank accounts and shit like that. It's easy. If those guys decide to press charges against that dude,
If somebody got shot in that altercation,
it's on us. Why would I do that? They put on the web that they were shopping for firearms. Now I'm gonna pay someone to go there and do it for me when it's easily provable. Bruh, that's too much sauce.
if this
That's a
was rap
poutine
music,
for you.
if that was rap music,
That's too much poutine. I'm not having that. It's too much sauce.
I'm glad that you guys don't have like a little Tim who's going around fucking running around on people, because then it could have been a totally different situation.
That's what I'm saying. So I just want to do that. They're not responding. They're not about that life. We're not the first people that they challenged to a boxing match.
Right.
We're probably the first people that was like, oh, today I got time.
Though, okay, but how about
Then they
this?
backpedaled immediately.
And then they backpedaled immediately because I was like, yo, today let's go. Because this us being in the States was scheduled months ago. And this coincidentally this thing happened. This thing happened. So I was like, oh, okay, you talk about willingly like that, and I've seen you talk about other people saying that you're going to box them. I'm going to be in the States. A plane ticket for me to go to you is nothing. My parents got a whole house out down there in Miami. It's okay.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? That's something new, right? Preach's parents, they got property in Miami. That's interesting because it could have for real went down then. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
So plane ticket is nothing. I could set it up. Let's go. Abba knows a dude that has a gym in Miami. We could set it up right there.
See, Abba knows somebody who's got a gym in Miami. See, this is why y'all watching this video, pay attention to everything that goes on in this video, and then watch that video that I have. That's the reaction video between Dr. Rashad Ritchie, all right, and Abba and Preach, where they're both talking about that situation where there's a Karen at a football game and she's talking insane, and then she smacks this dude across his face. And her husband gets up like he's going to protect her. And man, the dude that got smacked, he beat her husband down to the ground. I usually put a preview clip out before my videos go live. And I put a little preview clip out there, and it looks like the full fight might have actually ended up getting into the preview clip. So take a look at that preview clip. That's exactly what happened to that husband. That's what Fresh was trying to avoid by backing down off that fight. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like, I don't understand. My question is, do they teach stuff like that in the class? Like, is that what you're out here teaching your clients?
They didn't. They backpedaled. I said clearly, I'm going to take one bitch, then I'm going to take the other bitch. That's it.
At what point did it get like, at what point did the disrespect get to that level where it's like, okay, we got to fight now?
They talk about we disrespected them. We did exactly what we always do in our videos. And sometimes we even do lives. And I was going to bring the live back, like some clips from the live that he did, and we're going to talk about it, right? So we did exactly what we did. The views are stupid. You could be a cool dude and you have stupid views. It's normal. It happens to everybody, right? That was cool. So whenever we did that video, that's all good. The only thing you had to do in that video is dispute what we said. That's the only thing you had to do.
And that's exactly what I said. There was a lot of people who at one point were trying to cover for Fresh and Fit, and they've backtracked since then. But there was people throwing out that there was some kind of conspiracy theory and that, Abba and Preach had planned on trying to figure out the right time to strike to take Fresh and Fit down. Abba and Preach and Fresh and Fit aren't even in competition with each other. And what I find the most interesting is dishonest YouTubers who were perpetuating that narrative, because all you have to do is look at your analytics and you can tell who, for the most part, is in competition with who. You can tell who's in competition with who. Fresh and Fit and Abba and Preach, they're not even in competition with each other. There's two different genres. Abba and Preach do opinions and commentary, and Fresh and Fit do, degeneracy. There's plenty of markets for degeneracy on YouTube, and Abba and Preach don't fall into that category. So for people to try to throw out there initially when this first started, what it was damage control for those people who are in the sewing circle, who don't have the power or the balls to say, hey, y'all doing too much, like slow it down. So it's the whole, we're just not going to talk about this, or we'll keep the blame over here until more comes out. That's all that was. You know what I'm saying? And the videos that I made, again, even if there was some conspiracy theory, right? Even if there was a conspiracy theory, even if it was true, at the end of my calculations, the way that I looked at it, is everything that happened still falls on Fresh and Fit, even if there was a conspiracy, but there wasn't. I said that way in the beginning. The reason why people are saying that this is a conspiracy is because they're trying to deflect away from the stupid stuff that Fresh and Fit does. Then when it spiraled out of control and they saw it as possibly bringing everybody down, that's when they treated Fresh and Fit like the Derek Chauvin of their sewing circle. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did. They treated Fresh and Fit like a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're all not going to take the fall. So guess what? You're going under the bus. Sorry, not sorry. That's what happened. If you guys agree with that, let me know. If you disagree, let me know.
Right? But no, you went on looks, you went on wife, you went on, you're going to send me back to my country on a boat.
Yeah, the wife thing was a little.
The wife, with my wife, that's all. You don't see pictures of her nowhere because she doesn't want nothing, have nothing to do with that life. Do you know GSP? George St. Pierre? He's an MMA dude.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen his girl, his baby mom?
No.
You've seen his kids?
No, I don't think so.
Same reason. There's a lot of people that they didn't choose that life, so you get them out of the way. And look, even she was out of all that, and look what you did. You just proved my point right there. So that's where the disrespect started. And then you challenged me into, we could both of these. Cool. You want to box both? I'm gonna box both of you. That's where the disrespect started.
You look like you could probably take both of them in one round.
No comments.
I mean,
but
I think Myron's got a better shot than Fresh CEO, to be honest. Not that I have a dog in this fight, but I feel like Myron would be the better match.
Probably.
But who knows? A guy's size doesn't necessarily tell you
it doesn't
who's
mean
gonna be
anything.
the toughest dude.
So when I first watched this, I was looking at Adam 22, and I'm like, this dude looked like the human person that cartoon Archer was made off of. And then as soon as I started the video, it was an advertisement about Archer on. Let's tell you about that artificial intelligence.
So much things, stamina. There's just, one hit, one lucky hit. You know what I mean? You've seen big dudes take one hit and it was done. Lights out. We seen that happen. So that's why I said, I don't care if I win or lose, because anything can happen.
The number one thing that I see from the Fresh and Fit fans, though, when they are sort of defending the Fresh and Fit guys, is they say, Myron went on these dudes' podcast, was welcomed into their business, into their space, and then he made a video that was talking shit about them a few months later. And that kind of is like the judgment call that you have to make in assigning blame for this whole thing. Because if that video really was so disrespectful, then their response is kind of warranted, and then the whole thing is kind of on more of an even playing field. If you think that video wasn't so over the line, but then their response was extremely out of the line, then it all falls on Fresh and Fit.
It's just so much that.
No, I disagree with Adam 22 on that. Like, I'm gonna play that back. I disagree completely. That was just like a smoked out Shaggy and Scooby-Doo explanation. Like, let's listen to this.
These Dudes podcast was welcomed into their sort of defending the Fresh and Fit guys, as they say. Myron went on These Dudes podcast, was welcomed into their business.
First of all, he said Myron went on to These Dudes podcast. Myron is those dudes who have the podcast, and it was Abba who went onto the podcast. First of all,
into their space, and then he made it.
Second of all, if you go and do something like that, it's a business arrangement. It's not a friendship. It's not, anything. The only thing that you're doing is using business etiquette and business hospitality. Small YouTubers, like the people that I deal with, those are friends. Those are people who are welcome. We don't have no business contract, or we're not making millions of dollars on YouTube. We do projects together. We throw ideas around with each other. We help each other with content. We do things like that. There's no agreement. There's no huge transfer of money. There's none of that. When you're talking about people that had a volume of the following that a Kevin Samuels or Fresh and Fit or Abba and Preach has, now you're talking about legalities. And these individuals are not people who are, small and, more like mom and pop shops. These are large money-making machines interacting with each other. There has to be some legal protection. So as far as the quote welcoming, no, this was just a business move. Every move that everybody makes is a business move. Kevin Samuels wanting to get on Vlad. Kevin Samuels had a clear strategy. He wanted to make his rounds to all of the million subscriber popular YouTubers before he got to million. If you couldn't see that was the pattern of what Kevin Samuels was trying to do, and he'll probably never admit that publicly because he always wants to be mysterious and not found out. But that's what he was doing. He was making an analytics circle so he could pull all of those ancillary people from the analytics. That's what he was doing. He's trying to get those marginal subscribers, and nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking him at all because I'm doing the same thing. So I'm not knocking the practice. What I'm saying is that it's business. One of the reasons why Kevin Samuels stopped responding to Fresh and Fit. They do bad business. One of the reasons why Authentic Alphas was at the door, because they do bad business. So now we're talking about a organization or a company or whatever that is not practicing good business practices. All right. So when we're talking about business, you can't use the same standards of, well, I just welcome this person into my house because they're cool and then blah, 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 blah. No, listen, when it comes to that, I'm sure there was some kind of agreement that allowed Abba and Preach to use a certain amount of the intellectual property for their own specific purposes. And that's exactly what they did. There's no reason to be offended about that. It's nothing personal. It's business. And Abba and Preach are in a successful business of being critics, skeptics, and doing commentary on things that they either agree with, disagree with, or want to open a discussion about. They have literally been doing that on YouTube forever. So again, all they did was what they do. And I said that at the beginning. If you go back and watch all of my old videos when this first came out, I said Fresh and Fit got triggered when Abba and Preach is just being Abba and Preach. If I was Fresh and Fit, if I was smarter, you know what I mean? Like if Fresh and Fit were smarter, what they would have done was they would have used that video, promoted that video, and set that video up for another podcast where both Abba and Preach came down there for an event. That's what they would have done. See, that's how you navigate a business situation correctly. But instead, they followed their own teaching. And now I hope people that, are paying for that instruction are seeing what that teaching gets you. It gets you all of your empire imploding around you.
A video that was talking shit about them a few months later, and that kind of
in the video, and then I like how Adam 22 just like slickly slid that in there, video talking shit about him. They didn't talk shit about him. All they did was they did a little bit of light trolling, and they basically clowned the position about the conversation that was being had about paying for sex. So it wasn't like they were ragging on them or, they weren't doing any of that. They were just saying that the positions were stupid and that things that were said didn't make any sense and it was illogical. That's not talking shit about somebody. That's critiquing somebody's position. And see, the problem here is that we live in a society where everybody is so damn not only distracted, but they don't even understand what's actually going on. that when anybody hears anything that's not exactly what they're used to or not exactly something that they completely and 100% subscribe to, they feel as if they're being attacked. You're not being attacked. Your position was being attacked. Let's talk about it more. What was the problem? So again, I don't agree with what Adam 22 says here. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's ultimately not at all Abba and Preach's fault. Abba and Preach is being Abba and Preach. You don't want to get talked. You don't want to get your content dissected. You don't want to get people, looking at you and testing your positions. Well, don't invite them on your show, because had you not invited Abba and Preach on your show, that probably wouldn't have happened. And I'm almost willing to bet, and you guys should type it in if you agree with me or not. I guarantee you that Fresh and Fit didn't even do any research on the type of content that Abba and Preach do until after. I bet you they only looked at number of subscribers and just have been trying to get prominent people that people watch with a certain amount of subscribers to come on their show. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree.
Is like the judgment call that you have to make in assigning blame for this whole thing, because if that video really was so disrespectful, then their response is kind of warranted, and then the whole thing is kind of on more of an even playing field. But
he's saying if the video was so disrespectful, like I gotta ask Adam 22, like, did you watch the video, bro? Because you're saying, well, was the video disrespectful? Don't you have an opinion? Say your opinion. Do you agree that the video was disrespectful or not? What's your take on it? I don't like when people do commentary like this and they're not willing to like commit to a position. They want to try to tap dance around it so nothing ever comes back on them. Like, just say it. Do you agree? Do you feel that Abba and Preach disrespected Fresh and Fit or no? Nobody's gonna bite. You know what I mean? Like, come on now.
Think that video wasn't so over the line, but then their response was extremely out of the line, then it all falls on Fresh and Fit.
It's just so much that, what did we say that was so inflammable to them? Exactly.
So this is what I'm saying. So see right here, Preach should have asked that question, in my opinion, directly to Adam 22. I would have asked Adam 22, what is there to question? What is everybody confused about? Everybody saw the video. We were questioning the position. Now questioning somebody's position is disrespectful? How's that work?
I don't know.
I'll wait.
It was about prostitutes.
I'll wait.
It's been a week since I saw it, so it's like kind of hard to remember how.
Because I said that you're.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You can't remember something after a week, and you a 3 million subscriber YouTube channel. Come on, bro, do better than that. Y'all should have computers at the table where you can just pull that shit up real quick. Or you got a cell phone. Like, come on, y'all could have even implemented that in here. So I'm talking about like small YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? Like we do all of that, and we struggle to get views. A big corporatized 3 million subscriber YouTube, and y'all sitting up there, I can't recall off of human memory, which is embarrassing enough, but y'all don't have no apparatus at the table to pull it up right there? Come on now. Do better, y'all.
Your choice of, like, your views are stupid. And that's the thing. You can have an argument with someone. You can be like, we can disagree. But I'm gonna try to see why we disagree.
Right.
And what are you basing your disagreement on?
Right.
There's you could take two people that have the same views, right? I don't like vaccines. Cool. Why? Because they're trying to put a chip in you. That's why you disagree. Okay, why do you disagree? Well, I don't care about vaccines, but this one particular was a little bit quickly and blah, 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 and has a way of positioning everything they have. I'm going to be like, your views are stupid. Although the end result is the same, right? But it makes no sense.
And I got to disagree with Preach on that part as far as end results being the same. Because the thing is that now, okay, the end result of looking at the vaccine, right? That might be the same. Ultimately, that individual clearly has their mind made up. But the thing is the practice of the decision making, the practice of the logic. If you have a habit of logically thinking everything through all the time, you're going to clearly have a long record of better outcomes than someone who uses improper decision-making techniques. Despite the fact that you all are making the same decisions about certain little things, there's going to be other things that this individual made horrible decisions about that are going to show. So that's my position on that.
Right? And the same thing that happened with them. It's just like, You if you bring me someone that had this and studied this and been around sex workers and been or know the game of sex work and stuff like that and how it is, oh yeah, people don't respect you like that. You're not gonna that's not, they don't want, maybe they don't want that. They just want to bust a nut and that's it.
Facts. So yeah, man. So that was a pretty good podcast. When it comes to dealing with that, you know what I mean? I get DJ Vlad vibes all up and through there. You know what I'm saying? I get a lot of DJ Vlad vibes. So if y'all watch No Jumper podcast, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might take a look at it. Clearly y'all like it. You know what I'm saying? It's in the analytics. So, you know, I might, you know, react to a couple videos that they do. I heard that they just did a news segment talking about some beef between Kanye West and Drake. So that's interesting. I'm sure that'll blow up. So let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all disagree with me? Do y'all agree with me or what? Let me know. Type it in the comments, all right? With that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.